Today we're gonna start in tabletop, so meet me there. I want your shoulders right over your wrist, your knees are right underneath your hips. From here, let's go ahead and start with some cat-cows, really articulating our spine here. So inhale, we will arch and look up. Exhale, we will round and look down. Inhale, arch and look up. Really finding your breath with these big back bends here. And exhale, round and look down. Let's go for about 2 more. Last one. Keeping those shoulders over those wrists. Looking up, taking that big back bend, and exhale. We take our spine the other direction. Now we'll find a neutral right in between those cat and cows. So again, knees are right underneath your hips. Your shoulders are right over your wrists. Pull that navel in and up. So now we don't have an articulation or an arch in our spine. Either way, it's neutral. From here, I want you to bring your right leg out, but keep this left knee right under your left hip. So right leg comes out. We keep that neutral spine. We're not looking for an articulation. Again, we keep it neutral. Hip stays over knee. Wrists stay right under shoulders. From here, we will tap down and back up. Finding your breath here. So I want you to inhale, exhale it up. Inhale, exhale it up. Really keeping the center of gravity right in the center of this mat. So we're not taking it way over to the left. We're keeping everything right in the center, even though this right leg is up. Keep breathing with these lifts. This is just a warm up here. So keeping this neutral spine, instead of using your back to get this leg higher like this is a no-no. We're keeping our spine neutral and using our glutes and our hamstrings to get this leg up. Meanwhile, everything else is stabilizing. Let's go for 1 more here, and then we'll hold it up. Again, finding the center of gravity right in the center of this mat. Knees right underneath hip, shoulders over wrist. From here, we'll just pulse it up slightly. Again, we're keeping our neutral spine though, so take your navel in and up, keeping your neutral spine, so we're not looking for an articulation to get this leg higher. We're just pulsing it up, using that glute and hamstring muscle to just take it up a little higher. Let's go for about 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2. Last one, let's hold it here. Again, neutral spine. Knee is right under hip. Bend this knee, so bending your right knee, flexing that foot. We will now take it up and bring that knee all the way down to hover above the mat. So we're taking it up and knee comes down. Keeping this hip right over that left knee, so we're not going way over to the left with that hip. Everything's stabilizing, but this right leg, keep that foot flexed. Keep your spine neutral. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale it down. Inhale. Exhale it down. Let's go for about 5, and then we'll pulse at the top. 4, 3, last 2. And last one, let's hold it up. So from here we pulse. Again, keeping that neutral spine though, keeping this left hip right over that left knee. Everything staying stable except for this right leg, just going up a little bit higher, using that glute and hamstring here. Let's go for 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We will bring this right knee all the way down to your tabletop position. From here, we'll take a quick child's pose, bringing your bottom up and reaching those arms forward, almost like you're being pulled in opposite directions. Bring your fingertips forward, 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 and your booty goes back, back, back. Take about 2 breaths here, enjoying this stretch. Go to the other side in just a minute. 1 more breath, reaching in opposite directions here. And on our inhale, we'll come back to that tabletop position. So again, shoulders over your wrist, knees right underneath your hips. We will bring now our left leg out straight, keeping our neutral spine. So again, no articulation or movement of that spine. It stays neutral, navel stays in and up. We lift and lower. Finding your breath here, inhaling up and exhaling down. Keeping those hips looking down at the mat. We're not opening our hips quite yet. go for about 5 more here. 4, just warming up. 3, 2, last one. We'll hold again, making sure your hips are looking down at the mat. This right hip is right over that right knee. We pulse it up, keeping that spine neutral. Everything's stabilizing but this left leg. We lift it up, up, up. Keep breathing. Just a little bit higher, using that glute and hamstring here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. From here, let's bend this left knee, flex that foot. Everything stays neutral, so keep that shoulders out of our ears. Our hips are looking down at the mat. We lift it up and back down. So bring that knee to hover above the mat. We inhale up, we exhale, knee hovers above the mat. Really keeping your center of gravity in the center of this mat. I know it's a challenge not to throw all of your body weight over to the right here, but keep everything neutral and stable. We'll go for about 5 more here. Pull that navel in and up. Use your core to keep you stable. Last 3, last 2, and last 1. Let's hold it up here and pulse just a little higher than what we were going, using that glute and that hamstring to get that leg up just a little higher. Keep your bend, keep your flex foot, keep that center of gravity in the center of your mat for 5. I know I'm burning. 4, 3, 2, last 1. And we bring it back down to that tabletop. Take your knees wide. We'll take 2 breaths in this child's pose again. Reaching forward with those hands, reaching back with your bottom. 1 more breath. We'll move to a plank series from here. So meet me back in your tabletop position with your wrists right underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes and find a bear plank. So we'll lift those knees off slightly, covering above the mat here, but keeping your neutral spine. So again, no articulation here. Pull that navel in and up. We'll step back with our right foot and then our left, finding our high plank. No booty up, no booty way down. Bring it right in the center. Hips are in line with your ribs. Shoulders right over your wrists. We take 1 more breath here. Inhale, we'll go to downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here. And really allowing that bottom to come up and back, pedaling out your feet if that feels good, really letting your head and neck go. 1 more breath here, then we move with our breath back into that plank. On your next inhale, we'll come back to that center plank. Again, keeping that bottom not too high, not too low. Exhale, let's find a downward facing dog again. Inhale, we find our plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last 3, here we go. Find your breath. Inhale, find your plank for 2. Exhale it, downward facing dog. Last 1. And exhale it back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Get that bottom up and back. Now we're good and warm. I want you to bring it back into that high plank from here. We'll take a breath here as you hold this high plank, keeping your navel in and up. Booty stays in line with your ribs. From here, we will solve for 10. So take those toes and come up on them, bringing your weight forward, and then exhale, we bring it back to center. We're going for 10. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last 4. Last 2. Last 1. And inhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Great job here. From here, I want you to go into a 3-legged dog. So bring your right leg up, keep your hips square. So hips stay looking down at the mat. From here, we will bring our right foot in between our hands, finding a low lunge here. In your low lunge, I want your hands on both sides of your feet. So you're either flat on the mat with those hands, you're up on a block if that's available for you, or you can be up on those fingertips. Wherever you are, I want you to bend this back knee. So bend this left knee and straighten. Yeah, here we go. We bend, we straighten. Keep those hips looking forward. I'm not looking for an open hip. It's staying looking down at the mat and straight forward. Bend and straighten. Find your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's go for 5. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And up we go. We're back in this low lunge here. From here, you have an option to stay here, focusing on your balance, or you can come up into high lunge here, a little balance. From here, we're in this high lunge. So I want you to pull your navel in and up. We're not at an angle here. We're staying up. Eyeballs on our shoulders are looking forward. From here, now we bend this back knee again, keeping this front knee facing forward. So we bend and we straighten. Eyeballs on our shoulders, stay facing forward. We bend, we straighten. Knee stays facing forward. Let's go for about 5 more. We've got those. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Find that high lunge, hands come down onto the mat, and we'll find our plank again. Meet me there, and take a breath. Inhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here, we'll take it to the other side. So now we bring that left leg up, we're finding that 3-legged dog. Hips stay looking down at the mat. Bring that left foot in between your hands and find your low lunge. From here, again, hands are all the way down on the mat. They're up on fingertips or up on blocks. From here, we bend this back knee and we straighten. So bending your right knee and straighten. Find your breath. Inhale, exhale. You've got about 4 more here. You know what's coming next. 3, 2, last one. We bring it up again, so we're in that low lunge. You can stay here, do exactly what we just did, or you bring it up into high lunge. Really finding your balance here before you get started. And we come up into that high lunge. From here, eyeballs on our shoulders are looking forward. Our navel's in and up in that neutral spine. We bend that back knee and we straighten. We bend, we straighten. Knee stays facing forward. Don't let it go to the left or the right. It stays right over that toe. Find your breath. Inhale, exhale. We've got about 5 more. Inhale, exhale. Last 3. Last 2. Last one. Find that high lunge. Again, hands come down onto the mat. Find your low lunge. Meet me back in that plank. Taking 1 more breath here, really finding your neutral spine. Pull that navel in and up. Inhale, let's go downward facing dog. Let that head and neck go. We'll take 2 breaths here. From here, I want you to walk your hands to your feet. So you come all the way to the back of the mat and find a forward fold. Again, letting that head and neck go. And on our next inhale, we will come up bone by bone, articulating that spine all the way up to a standing position. Roll your shoulders back and down. Now we'll hit the mat again, coming for some core work. Meet me at the top of your mat. Cross your right over your left or your left over right. And we'll come all the way down onto the mat using your hands as needed. Placing your hands on the mat, move your bottom to the center of the mat and take your legs wide. So legs come out straight, flex those feet. We'll come into a spine stretch forward here, articulating that spine forward, pretending there's a beach ball right here. Bring those fingertips up and over. Reaching forward, pretending someone's pulling your bottom back towards the back wall. From our exhale, we will articulate that spine all the way up to neutral. Exhaling bone by bone, find neutral. So your neutral here is your navel's in and up. We're not here, we're here. So pull those ribs over your hips, pull that navel in and up, shoulders back and down, rib cage down, and the back of your skull is in line with your tailbone. Finding that neutral spine, we flex those feet, we take it forward again, articulating that spine. Inhale, let's exhale, articulate all the way up, finding your neutral, pull that navel in and up. One more. And exhale it up, articulating all the way up, find your neutral. From here, bring those feet together. We'll take our articulation all the way back onto the mat. So from here, find your neutral, navel's in and up, shoulders back and down. Exhale, we'll find a small C curve. So we lose that neutral spine by articulating our spine. As we come down onto the mat, your low spine will hit the mat, your middle of the spine, and then the top of your spine hits the mat, and then the back of your skull. From here, hands come overhead, hover above the mat. We inhale, roll it all the way up to neutral. So inhale, we come up, we find neutral, pull that navel in and up. Now we'll exhale it down. So articulating your spine all the way down, low spine, middle spine, top of the spine, we roll it up. Inhale as you roll up, then find that neutral, pulling that navel in and up, finding those shoulders back and down. Exhale it down. Inhale up. Last one. And find neutral. From here, we're going to come all the way down and find the 100 position. So find your neutral, take an inhale, exhale. We articulate all the way down onto the mat. As you come down, your feet start to lift, hands start to come out, and we start to pump those arms. Keeping your tailbone heavy throughout, so tailbone stays heavy on the mat, but you have a small marble under that low back here. In the 100s, you have an option to drop your head, neck, and shoulders at any time, or bend these knees up into a tabletop position. Wherever you are, keep breathing, keep pumping. Eyes are around your navel if your head, neck, and shoulders are up. Last 2 breaths. Last one. Great job. You can bring those knees to chest, head, neck, and shoulders will come down. Let's move to a quick supine series before we end this class. I want you to bring those knees to a tabletop position. So keeping your tailbone heavy, you find a 90-degree angle with these knees. So they're not close to our chest or at our chest, and they're not farther down. They're at 90 degrees. So keeping your tailbone heavy, you have a small marble under that low back. Hands are beside you to stabilize. If you start to feel a big arch in that low back, hands go under tailbone. From here, find your 90. We inhale, tap those toes down to the mat, and exhale, stop it at 90. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, stop it at 90 again. Keeping that small marble under your low back, nothing bigger. You are really starting to arch. Hands go under tailbone. Tailbone stays heavy throughout, really helping stabilize our whole body and help us use those deep core muscles. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Now bring it back up to tabletop here. Straighten out both legs. Now we lower and lift with our straight legs. Option here is to go back to that tabletop where you tap and come up, or knees are straight. We lower those legs and we lift. Same thing applies. Tailbone stays heavy. Low back only has a small marble underneath. Hands can always go under tailbone to help facilitate that. If you're getting a really big arch of that low back, bend the knees, hands go under tailbone so that you're not pulling too much from your back. but using your abdominal muscles here. We go for 3 more. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale it up. Last time. Bring those knees to chest. Take a breath. Now we'll take our legs all the way down onto the mat. Hands come up overhead and roll it up again. Finding your neutral spine, roll those shoulders back and down. We'll find a comfortable cross leg position here to stretch before we end. Our right hand will come down onto the floor, left arm will come up and over, really reaching over to the right, keeping your bottom grounded down to the mat. Exhale, we will come up to a neutral spine, pulling that navel in and up, shoulders back and down. Now we'll come to the other side. Reach, reach, reach towards the left, but keep that shoulder facing forward or that chest facing forward. And we'll exhale it up, finding your neutral at the top. Again, that neutral, we're not here, we're here. Roll those shoulders back and down. Pull that navel in and up, ground your bottom down to the mat. Bring your hands to heart center and let's take a big breath. As you inhale, take up space with your ribs. As you exhale, knit your ribs back together and pull your navel in and up. One more breath just like that. And we did it.